See, my problem is I always want to eat my homegirls out.
Nobody talks about how everybody wants a fat coochie now.
Y'all be trying to f*** a bitch so she ain't got no coochie love, so she don't give no coochie away.
I think I may have just gotten a happy ending massage. Stick with me.
I hate when I ask a man, can he put a, to my head while he fucks me?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
And he looks at me like I'm crazy. That means I trust you and love you. Like, what, I don't understand what you don't understand. Is that too much? Freeze!
Bruh, chill.
No, I've always wanted somebody to do that. And no one's ever done it for me. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all are getting on my nerves. Like, when I ask for something, give it to me how the fuck I want it. Like, that shit is annoying. Seriously, I really want a guy to put, to my head, while he f***ing me, and just telling me if I move, he gonna blow my brains out. I won't move. I promise, baby, I won't. I might move a little bit to see if you really gonna do something. Because what happens if I do move? Nah, he probably gonna bust me in my eye. Nah, I'm just...
Stupid. I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Guys, here we go again.
Ah, shit. Had it go again.
Don't do anything like this. This is silly and it's pretty much a charge. It's pretty much a charge. Don't do that.
How do blind people have sexy time? First of all, if you're looking for someone to be like, dang, you look so good, baby, during sex, then I'm not your girl. Second of all, I actually cannot answer for the male blind community. I have no fucking clue how that works. Can you imagine that's a bit like putting a straw in a Capri Sun? You know, when you're like, oh, where is it? How does a blind girl do it? Really well. So I'm going to be your blind big sister for a minute, because my mum and dad could not sit me down and tell me this when I was starting to lose my sight, but I will. One thing you must prepare yourself for, if you are losing your sight and you do like to ironically or unironically sleep with men,
Man, look, I know you blind, but you just gonna have to close your eyes when we do it. Nah, at this point, dog. Staring at you look like Vin Diesel from that one movie where he can only see in the dark time. Like, you got holographic eyes and the shit looks scary as hell. Like, I don't know if I can get to the point where we can finish if you just staring directly at me. You just listening for my heavy breathing. You know what I'm saying? But what do you guys think, bro? Could y'all do that with a blind person?
So I've been dating my secret boyfriend for a year. Yep, a year. We've been actually having such a great time. We talked about having kids. We talked about moving in together. We even talked about getting married. And mind you, I've been very, very private about it. So everything's been going so smooth, but there's literally one problem. He's married. He has a wife. They've been together for 16 years. And they just don't have any connection anymore, and I've just been sitting here waiting because he said he's going to divorce her. And one of the good things from this is she has a lot of money. So she's the breadwinner. She's the breadwinner, and she be giving him weekly allowances, and those allowances pay for, our dates, or when he wants to treat me for clothes, want to take me shopping.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
We want to take a little quick trip, so I'll just be chilling, whatever. So everything is going smooth, and honestly, I don't think she really even suspected us. I don't think she even suspected his affair or anything. But recently, she went on his iPad and saw explicit pictures and videos of me.
Got him! Got him!
Which, of course, in any other woman, she would be upset. She got upset with him and served him with divorce papers. So I'm like, okay, great. They're really gonna get divorced, and I'm gonna stick beside him because why would I leave? Like, this is what I've been waiting for. Until recently, I just got served with papers too, because I got subpoenaed that I need to go to court. Talking about, because I guess, like, she said, like, he doesn't deserve any of his money, and he says he does, and I mean, I think so too, because, hello. But they want me to go there because they want to see how much he's been spending on me, how much he spends in total, and they're gonna bring up, like, the pictures and videos, and I don't want them bringing up that, because that's private to me. And so I am looking for a lawyer to represent me and help me with this case. And this is very embarrassing, because a lot of y'all bitches be sounding like that. Like, y'all literally will go to the depths of putting someone else in a certain position and think that then someone's supposed to represent you. Are you dumb?
Ooh, this is wild. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I hope he gets half the money, dog. That's just me, only because if it was a man and a woman was out, she's still gonna get half the money. She's still gonna get everything, half the house, the assets, and everything. So this one time, this is a man on the other side of the playing field. She wants to stop. I get it. It's, you know, you gotta go through the process. But look, hey, at the end of the day, you know, that's them to choose. But I hope he gets half the money, God damn it. Go live your life, bro.
Fellas, why does she want you to get her nails done and her hair done in order to take her out on a date? She's an MDP. Why do you have to pay her mortgage in order for you to come over her house and chill?
What?
She's an MDP.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. You should not have to pay a woman for her time. I don't know what's going on. It's definitely the internet. They got these women acting like modern day prostitutes, because that's what y'all are. I'm sorry. I'm not sugarcoating anything. MDP, modern day prostitute. Because why does a man have to pay you for your time? Why? You're a call girl, sis. And that's okay if that's what you want to be, but just make it known that you're a call girl. Don't try to act like you wifey material.
We don't do that here.
Or you want somebody to wife you and take you serious when you're an MDP. You're a modern day prostitute. A man should not have to pay for your time. He should not have to get your nails done, get your hair done, pay your car note, pay your mortgage, take you shopping just to be with you. You're in a dating stage and you want all this money?
What the fuck?
Some of these women are really getting ahead of themselves, and it's really because of the internet. And I hate to say it, but yeah, that's just modern day prostitution.
It's crazy how a lot of men have to put financial down deposits in order to date women this day and age. You're telling me it's not, I'm not talking about straight down deposits. Let me put this $100, sign off, I'll get that back later. No, we talking about down deposits, non-refundable.
What?
All right, you gotta get the makeup done, the hair is done, pay these sort of bills, or claim that you're gonna pay these bills. Damn, some of these girls are so naive and delusional. They'll take that I will after the date, knowing that you probably won't. And dude, you know you're not. That's how delusional these women are. I swear to God.
See, my problem is I always want to eat my homegirls out.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't know how to not blur those lines in my friendships, okay? And that's really the issue with me. I'm always sitting around here wondering why my friendships, you know, be going the way they be going, why everything be going left. And it's because you can't keep them girls' coochies out your mouth, Shauna.
Oh my.
That's why they be acting like that. Like, and I think I'm being a good friend, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure you're good. Like you said, you about to go see that boy. You know, lay back. Let me make sure it's flavored correctly. You know, gotta get the ass too. So you gotta turn over, toot it up. Let me, you know, make sure it's well seasoned.
Oh my God!
I just be trying to be a good friend, but every single time it causes those lines to be blurred. Now it's 2 in the damn morning and we arguing on the phone about nothing. About nothing. Girl, come lay in my bed. And that's the problem. That's the problem right there, Shauna. Stop blurring them damn lines.
You know, I am starting to come across a lot more women that had dealings with other women that totally straight. Like, I start to hear the stories and I'm like, dang, dude, like the frequency of women experimenting with other women this day and age is high, dog. You know, it's not even uncommon at this point.
Nobody talks about how everybody wants a fat coochie now. People be talking about how they want big lips, a big butt, big boobs, you feel me? But everybody also wants a fat coochie. But the thing is, they're not saying, oh, I want it. They're just lying about having it. I'm about to gatekeep fat coochie real quick because a lot of y'all do not even be having a fat coochie for real. If you did not get made fun of in childhood for having a coochie print in your pants, no matter what shorts, jeans, leggings, whatever the f you wore that was so noticeable, motherfucker, pointed out, it's not fat, bitch. Because having a fat coochie was always my insecurity when I was a kid. Like, I was insecure about that shit. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to wear long ass shirts, baggy pants so nobody can see my print. And then when I got older, I realized that shit was a superpower. And then all of a sudden, everybody wants a fat coochie. Everybody's claiming, oh, I got a fat coochie, I got a fat coochie. Bitch, why are you just openly, loudly claiming that shit? Because I was real silent. How does one lady get a fat cooch? Like, I just, like, you know, how do y'all even come across that? Is there tools for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a thing? Y'all gonna be looking out for procedures to get this done? And then what's crazy is y'all wanted to be fat now. About 1 to 2 years later, y'all gonna want a skinny one again, bro. Make it make sense.
Y'all think y'all slick? No. Y'all be trying to f a bitch so she ain't got no coochie love, so she don't give no coochie away. What's up with that? Why do you feel like you need to beat me into the mattress to prove a point? What is going on here? What is going on? Why are you doing that? Why do you feel the need to f the shit out of me?
Oh, of course. Of course, we banging it, boy, we putting you through the mattress, the wall, the kitchen sink, and everything. You're not gonna go get that box out. But look, there's not gonna be any shadow of a doubt that you was looking at another dude. No, you don't need to. All right, we're about to make you, oh yeah, we're about to run up in that thing.
You share your man with somebody if he gave you everything you wanted. I share these men for less because they gonna go cheat anyway. So if I know for sure that he's going to give me everything I wanted, I will voluntarily share. Because we involuntarily share these men all the time. They cheat. My man probably cheating as we speak. I don't give a damn. I'm working.
Literally. Like, what I'm gonna do? Stop it?
Yeah, we don't stop. I've been cheated on. You've been cheated on. You've been cheated on. The person who watching this, the person who comment about to get cheated on. If you've been cheated on, comment me.
It's crazy because, man, like, some women are so mature that they peep game and they peep real life situations and they just take it and they process it differently and they process it logically and not emotionally and they use that and they just be happy. This girl just knows the inevitable and she just takes it, moves through life with it, and just is happy with it. Like, that's how you can break down a lot of stuff, not just, you know, the topic, but damn, you know, she got a good head on her shoulders. I'm pretty sure she's probably smarter than the average woman. Well, street smarts too.
I'm sorry, but do anybody else think it's childish for...
I told y'all this before, I'll tell y'all again. They get online in the hopes of finding someone that thinks like them in order to validate their bullshit thought process. Viewer discretion is advised.
a man to try to bring you lunch to your job?
Yup, you heard correctly. The thought process that she is proposing is that it is childish for a man to bring you food on your lunch break at your job.
I just feel like that's so, like, teenager, so, like, elementary, so, like, you could do so much more.
Teenager? Elementary? What elementary school or teenager do you know have their significant other coming to the school to bring them lunch? Shouldn't you be in class with your little boyfriend or girlfriend when you're at that age? What are you talking about? And what do you mean he can do more? What more is he supposed to do? You're going on break, he's bringing you lunch. What's the issue?
And, like, at your job, you're supposed to be, like, professional and serious, not at your job playing around.
Shorty IQ can't be no higher than a number 2 pencil. I refuse to believe so. It's either that or her parents are related. That's the only logical explanation as to why she would be thinking this way.
At this point, she just needs to be single, dude. At this point, she probably just date a coworker or something. I don't know. Like, nice shit has to happen, and she just thinks it's childish. I feel bad for the boyfriend, dude. Like, I feel bad. Just imagine you try to go through your relationship doing things that you think is sweet and nice, and then your partner does not receive it that way. She thinks it's childish. Yeah, good luck with that, bro. Good luck with that.
I think I may have just gotten a happy ending massage. Stick with me. So when I went in there, everything was cool. You know, they tell you to undress just down to your underwear, get under the sheet. Boom, did that. She comes in there again. Everything's going great so far. She introduced herself. You know, how would you like the pressure? Da 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 da. Cool. When she starts, she got one hand on my back, one hand on my butt. Now, I ain't never had no massage parlor like actually touch my booty. Ever. But, you know, she's juicy, so I said, you know, maybe she do need a little extra massage. She spent at least 10 minutes on her. Like, massaging her down. And then she got under the cuff and was massaging the cuff. And then she spread my legs over. I said, whoa! She said, oh, I'm sorry. Are you? Are you sorry? Because it didn't seem like it. But, you know, I let it go. Y'all, she went back to the booty. I said, maybe she ain't never seen nothing like this. In that case, I get it. So I said, I'm going to let it be. And then it came to the part, you know, where they tuck the sheet under your underwear and then slide it down to, like, your lower back area. She slides it down. She slides it down some more. There was at least 43% of my booty crack out. I'm not lying to y'all. She started massaging and like kind of spread it. I said, yeah, I was spooked. But I let her keep going. She brought out the hot stones, put the hot stones on her. I said, this is nice, but I am a little spooked. Will I be back? Possibly.
Ooh, you had the old flick of the bean, huh? Ooh, the question is, did you leave a tip? All right, at this point, did you leave a tip? All right.
People accuse me of doing voodoo on them. I have had so many men accuse me of putting potions in their drinks, putting stuff in their food, doing spells on them. Like literally. I should do like a series of how many text messages I get from men who tell me that I did voodoo on them. So my question is, what does that mean when a man is accusing you of putting voodoo on him? Anybody know?
Look, man, if you get caught pouring stuff in anybody's drink, we're gonna call it voodoo and we're gonna put a charge on you, okay? That's what's gonna happen. You don't play with people's food and drinks like this at all, lady.
The person deciding to leave shouldn't get the kids. It should go to the other person. And that would typically mean that the children would then go to the men. Because I think a lot of women, if they were faced with the consequences, that they would stop leaving. A lot of these men, their woman left them to go find their happiness. And I'm like, what do you mean? How is your husband and your kids not your happiness? So they want to essentially go out to the streets is what they really want to do and get some strange. And then they break up the family, but then the man is essentially a slave to her. He's got to pay child support, sometimes alimony. He only gets them like every other weekend. And it's awful what the judicial system does.
Yeah, we all know like the majority of the person that initiates divorce is women. Like, just be honest, man. She's just trying to go be happy. It is what it is. But really being happy is happy streets. Yeah, she wants to go down that feel-good boulevard. She wants to be, you know, on that highway, on the streets, getting tagged up again. I don't know what it is, dog. You guys can be working, probably give her still strong hardwood, and she still leave you, bro. Pay all the bills, give her all the jugs she wants, and she will still leave you for whatever reason it be. I don't know, something stupid. All right, you just don't take out the trash enough. Duh.
I could never fuck with a big booty man because who else was that just clapping? I know it wasn't mine. I know your shit ain't in here clapping louder than mine. What the fuck?
Bro, I don't know. Yeah, dog. I feel bad, dog. If you're a dude, if you're a grown ass man and you got dunk, life is probably different for you.
It's 8 a.m. Why not piss off the internet this early in the morning? Why are women so oblivious? They act like they are so oblivious as to how they got their husbands in the first place, right? So if you're currently in a relationship that no longer engages in Pound Town or bedroom activities, and you're wondering why your whole relationship is trash and going to shit, it's because you're no longer sleeping with your man. Sorry, I said what I said. You got it by throwing it back for him in the beginning. You got it by acting like his little hoe in the beginning. Do you know why he married you and locked you down? It wasn't because of the rainbows and butterflies. It was because of the way you backed that ass up in the beginning. And so many women act oblivious to this simple fact. And then they have the audacity to call their men perverted or, oh my God, is that all you ever think about, when they want to engage in bedroom activities with you? Of course they do. They married you. They said, to death do us part. This will be the only squish mitten that I will be engaging in bedroom activities with. And you cut him off. So when he goes somewhere else, don't be surprised, because that's your own fault. I'm just saying, take accountability, sister.
Dude, women really don't know the hack. The hack is, bro, spice up that intimacy all over again. Hit that reset button, guys, and don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind, dude. If intimacy is not at the level you want it to be, you bring that stuff up to your partner, all right? I'm telling you, you bring it up to him when the time is right, when right before things start going south. You know what, babe? Like, what can we do to make this better, all right? I'm interested in spicing things up or trying something new, taking a trip, just us, so we can spend some alone time with the purpose and the intent to kick up our intimacy to the next level or get it back to where it used to be. There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Ladies, there is two sides to this quarter. I believe men should be sexually disciplined. They should get married. They should be creating legacy. They should stop playing games. Stop running from responsibility. But, however, on the other side, who and what are we asking men to make lifelong commitments to? Look at our media. Look at how we portray ourselves. Sexualizing and objectifying ourselves. Rapping and living raps of having sneaky links. Dating for money, for trips, for bag. Idolizing women who get a lot of attention. Women bearing it all for a like or a follow. Whether they are wives or not. Showing no respect to their husbands. Valuing attention over intention. Modeling our real lives after women whose lives only look good on the gram. Comparing ourselves, stealing our own joy, listening and propping up content that only fuels how much we aren't the problem and how much men are the problem. We are not taking accountability. We want these soft lies. Lives where we don't work, don't clean, don't contribute, don't support. Just sit there and look pretty and get the man of our dreams just by being pretty. And family, I'm personally tired of the money conversation. How much a man need to make? 6 figures this. 50-50 that. What we are seeing is women watching people talk about making unrealistic and unreasonable demands. Really just keeping y'all single, unfulfilled, unhappy, to continue to make money off of us, pandering for likes and views. Meanwhile, keeping us all in the dark. Ladies, the truth is this. In order for God to bring, you must become. There's a process, there is preparation. And a lot of women resist process. Let me tell you something. Convenience costs. Always has, always will. And a lot of y'all think because you desire a ring, that makes you ready to be a wife. And it don't. Desire does not equal readiness. So there's women that rush this process. Marry the first man that wants to marry you. Ignoring the lack of attraction. Ignoring the red flags on every play. Because you want the validation of a husband and a ring. And then find yourselves in divorce court 5 years later. Mad at God for what you did. Family, I gotta keep it real with y'all. I've done it world's way. I've gotten my results. And at this point in my life, I'm only willing to do it God's way. God's way works. It's challenging, but it produces far greater results than what we see in the world today. Join me. Let's do it God's way this time.
I love the fact she says dating with intention, Dude, like, that's a powerful thing because, bro, you really don't start dating with intention. Let's just be honest with you, man. Man or woman, we don't start dating with intention until you're a little bit older. I would say if you're dating and you're in your early 30s, that's when the intentfulness comes in. I know what I'm looking for. This is what I want to try in a relationship. This is the type of person I want to do. This is what I'm going to do on my dates. I'm going to stop. Like, this girl said she stopped and got a little gift bag for a first date with this dude, and the girls was giving her a hard time. But man, that's dating with intent. She got a random guy on a first date who was taking out a gift bag to show her appreciation for taking her out on a date. That's intentfulness, all right? And I don't know what that young lady is, but I hope that she's locked up, or she should be locked up in a good relationship at that point, because yeah, that's dating with intention. Dating with like, hey, I want to make sure I show my gratitude. Bro, if that's on first date, just imagine what that looks like on life.
I was dressed like a slut here, okay? That's my 21st birthday outfit in Vegas. What was I doing? First of all, I was there with my mom, my dad, and 3 of my friends, so I did feel safe. However, I knew the attention I was attracting wearing that. I knew that guys were gonna be staring at me, not because they think I'm so beautiful and wanna give me the world, but because I look like a hooker. The truth is, I was seeking attention. I wasn't wearing that for myself. Yeah, I felt good, I felt hot, I wanted to make all the TikToks and feel good in my body because I just lost a bunch of weight. But I also wanted that validation and attention externally. If you can't admit that to yourself, that when you're dressing like that, you're seeking for something.
Yeah, at this point, man, I used to say the same thing, like, you know, going down Bourbon Street as a young man, these girls, these women are putting these clothes on. Everybody dresses nice when you go out. Let's just take it. And you dress nice for the attention. And I used to say, if you don't want no men to talk to you, especially when you try to approach someone and they come, get away from me, shut you down and stuff like that. But it's like, why did you put that on, that specific outfit on, if you did not want this type of attention? Make it make sense, all right? But then have attitudes when dudes actually give you the attention that you're dressed for. Make it make sense, dude. Make it make sense. But I appreciate you guys for watching, man. Your boy's out of home. We're in Austin right now. So, man, look, if you watched this far, we're gonna put attention as the key word. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.